then I can start. Anyone who doesn't on Zoom who doesn't want to be on the recording, just turn off your camera. I don't think it shouldn't really be recording, although it has at the moment. It has not me as the main screen, so it may be. Well, you might be the star in the recording then in the end. All right. Simple swaps, that is the name for this class. I'm gonna have, in a couple of minutes, I'm gonna have to pause and hand the baby out the door. Welcome to my living room, by the way. She's not quite done yet, so we'll start. For Instagram to kind of be part of what I'm showing on the slideshow, I'm just gonna kind of read from the slides, but that's a bit boring. So I'm also going to say other stuff. So, but on the slides it says, simple swaps, how to replace all your cleaning products with Lotox household DIYs. And that is what we're going to go through now once I've figured out how to use the thing here. All right, anyone in the Zoom call, have you, are you green cleaners? Give me a wave if you are. Yes, Sabina, you are. I can see that on your Instagram. You're that kind of person that likes to make everything by yourself at home, right? Yes, I'm too. I'm a DIYer, definitely. Right. Let me pause for a second and hand the baby out the door. I'll be right back. All right. That was, she's with her dad now. So why swap? Why do the swap from commercial shop bought cleaning agents to DIYs and green homemade and very, very simple cleaning products? In short, it's for our health, it's for our hormones, and it's for the environment, of course. And then the fourth one is for the wallet, because it is a lot cheaper if you buy things in bulk, such as bicarbonate of soda. You can buy that in a kilo instead of the little baking soda packages. You can get the Dr. Bronner's whole liter, or even 5 liters if you want castile soap. What I really love, of course, is the doTERRA version of it, which is a concentrate. So if you see the different sizes, this one is actually as good as this one. It's just that it's very, very concentrated, so you need much less of the doTERRA one. But then not everyone can order it. Tola is in South Africa. I don't think you have it yet. So the Dr. Bronner's or any castile soap that you can get, that's a runny soap, or you make your own. Sabina maybe does that. That's my dream, really, to make my own soap from scratch. And I must say, at the moment, I'm just not there yet. I will. doTERRA's it's got 5 milliliters of On Guard essential oil in it already. So we're already adding essential oils to our cleaning by just using a couple of drops of this. But then I like to always add on more. And what you also need is containers to have your cleaners in. But these, excuse me, oh, it smells a lot, so it's tickling my throat. These are a little bit of an investment, but of course you can recycle also. You don't have to have brown ones. You can take whatever old spray top you have, and then find a bottle that fits it. So you don't have to buy new ones. I like the brown ones a lot. Just it's a pretty look. So in your pantry, you want, if you don't have it yet, make a list now. Kestal soap, so that is a liquid soap that is not scented. In the case of Dr. Bronner's, it is the baby one. Hemp soap, they also have scented ones, but I stay away from any other scents than doTERRA essential oils, because we don't know, even with Dr. Bronner's, I can't promise you that it's 100% pure essential oils in there. So I just go the unscented version, and then I add my essential oils, because there I can guarantee that they are 100% clean, pure. But exactly, so unscented soap, or of course On Guard Cleaner Concentrate, bicarbonate of soda, that's used for everything in the cleaning space. And why is that? Bicarbonate is a mild abrasive, so it will manually, or is that the word? Mechanically, that's what I'm looking for. It will help remove dirt mechanically, but it will also change the surface of the things that are sticking to you, to wherever it's dirty. So whenever you change the surface, it's easier to get rid of, or to take something away. And when you change the surface tension, that's what I'm looking for. So bicarbonate of soda is really, it's not toxic. You can eat it, or if you buy there's a edible version, and then there's a cleaning version. And the difference of it is that there can be, or that the edible one, the food grade one, is more clean, and there can be less, or there's guaranteed no traces of aluminium or other, yeah, leftovers from production in there. So I get the food grade for baking and for taking internally, and then I often get the tiny bit cheaper cleaning grade for cleaning. Can you guys on Zoom, girls, tell me, can you hear my fan really a lot now? Okay, then Zoom's blocking it out. I'm sorry, on Instagram you might be hearing my computer's fan, but we have to deal with that. What I also have in my pantry is citric acid, because it makes the fizziness, and percarbonate, which is something that I only use actually in the laundry for getting rid of stains, or for when I've washed something that's become slightly pink, which I'm brilliant at. Then I use the percarbonate to get rid of the pink hue, which otherwise everything looks a little bit pink, and I don't like that. So it's a destainer. It'll go in and take color away. You have to figure out how long and how much, because sometimes it takes too much away. That's happened to me a couple of times, but it's usually easy to find that information on the package even. Washing soda, that's bicarbonate, but warmed up once. So it's changed chemically a tiny little bit, and then you can make washing powder out of it. And in combination with a bicarbonate, it's a brilliant washing powder. So that I have a big bucket, and then Himalayan salt. You can take sea salt too, but the Himalayan pink salt is the one that for me costs the least. And then cleaning vinegar, in Swedish ättika. You need to get also big buckets of it, because you can use it everywhere. You can also pickle in it, of course. So it's good to have, and can't find the word, a bigger portion. And then of course your glass jars and glass bottles, and glass or metal is what we're using when we use essential oils, because especially, for example, lemon or citrus essential oils with the limonene in them, they will go and eat plastic from the inside and get out all the soft, well, the part that makes the plastic kind of soft and bendable, the phthalates. Those are the ones that are not so good for our health again. We don't want that. So use glass or metal. Exactly. There was a quote in I used on Canva, I used this, I'm using this beautiful Canva template, and there was a quote in there that fits very well, and I'm going to read it, excuse me. Water and air, the two essential fluids on which all life depends, have become global garbage cans. And it's by a guy called Jacques-Yves Cousteau, and I have no idea who he is, but I add in my slide, just saying for Instagram, I add and soil, because anything, of course, that is not in the water or the air in our world goes into the soil. And those three are really what we are depending on, and we do not want to add any more garbage to them in forms of microplastics or other chemicals, of course, and then all the bigger stuff too. Carcinogens, endocrine disruptors, neurotoxins, what is in your cleaning cupboard? So if you open your cleaning cupboard right now and take out all the things, you will have loads of different chemicals in front of you. Common ones, phthalates or formaldehyde or triclosan, all the fragrance. Look at the back of your bottles and have a look, is the word fragrance there? They have to write fragrance. They do not have to write what kind of fragrance. What means fragrance? Fragrance means that there's thousands of different chemicals that have been built that are petroleum derived, so from oil, from plastic. Basically, it's one form of plastic, and they are made into different molecules in order to smell good. And that's fragrance for you. Then you get natural essential oils that can be adulterated, and most often they are. And then when we want to have the real stuff, then we have to add the real stuff, because most cleaning companies or perfumery companies or fragrance companies or chemists, their job is to take something, maybe there's a little bit of natural essential oil in it, and then make it more so that it actually lasts longer, or that they can earn more on it. Of course, they need to make a living too. It's a common practice, it's totally accepted to blend natural essential oils with synthetic ones. But then in the cleaning stuff, most often you won't even find the actual natural essential oils, because that's more saved for the cosmetics. Cleaning stuff it's all plastic, basically. It's all those thousands of different chemicals that are in, by themselves, single ones. When they're tested, they often get a green light of, oh, this is not doing anything bad to the animals or the cells or whatever they're tested on. But in combination with each other, and think of how many cleaning products and how many products that smell we have around us in our lives. In combination, they make an incredibly toxic cocktail that we take up into our body when we clean, especially women, still doing the cleaning, most of us. But it's just as bad for men, of course. And when we mix the chemicals of day-to-day life with the chemicals in our food, with the chemicals in our air, in our water, and so on, what happens in our body is just not good. We have hello, Hannah is online on Instagram. Oh, I just got really, really happy. Oh, beautiful. Hello. Okay, so I'm on Zoom at the same time, so I'm gonna read here. 84,000 is the number of industrial chemicals used in household items, 84,000. And now I have American information here only, but the number of those 84,000 that have been tested by the FDA is 200. The 83,800 others are also legal, but just not tested. And the regulated ones in America are only 5. And the last time the American legislature changed the safety laws or updated them was 1976. This is America. In the EU, we have a little bit of a stricter situation. You can look up on your consumer safety pages. You can look up how many and which what is allowed and what's not allowed in EU is much stricter, but we still have formaldehyde in almost everything, because it comes also from paints, from our couch, from our just whatever. Like sometimes formaldehyde actually is created when we use a chemical cleaner, and it doesn't need to be listed when it's a reaction with a surface, for example. So it's a jungle, a chemical jungle out there. And what we can do simply is just to kick all of that stuff out. So take all of the shop bought cleaner products that have more than 5 ingredients and put them aside. Now you don't just throw them out. You have to go to the dump site and give them over to these people and say, this is like toxic waste, basically. You can't just put them down the drain. That would be very, very bad. But just don't use them anymore, and yeah, do something wise with them. Excuse me. I've been outside too much today, and in Sweden, all the trees are in blossom at the moment, and so my airway is a little bit challenged. The next, now I am going into beautiful products that I make, or swaps that I do in my household and have been doing ever since I started with essential oils. And swap number 1 is to get rid of all scented candles. If you have these beautiful vanilla smelling, they're always so pretty, get rid of them. And aerosol sprays, anything that goes from a can, don't do it. You can make that all yourself with a simple spray bottle and essential oils. Basically, I've in my little ebook, I've linked a room spray, but it's basically just what we have on our toilet here. It's called Smell Good in Swedish. It's water and essential oils, because we use it so much. Of course, you know, we're 4 people on 1 toilet, so it's being used up very quickly. So I don't need any aerosol cans in my house. Same with deodorant and hairspray, by the way, but that's a different workshop. Our indoor air quality is actually, when we measure it, when we close our windows and we measure it in many countries, it is worse than what's outdoors, because we have furniture, we have electrical devices, we have clothes that give off that off gas, basically petroleum derived chemicals all the time. So we need to, don't panic now when you're like, oh my God, you know, but it's washing powder, it's fabric softener, it's cosmetics, it's cleaning, it's from all sides that we get bombarded with hi Kitsia. Oh, Instagram is late here. People are joining now. I get so excited when I see names. So we have generally far too much toxins in our lives, and what we can do now is just reduce and replace with super simple solutions. And what we at the same time do actually is we get rid of all those containers. You know, when I buy a liter, or this is only 300 milliliters, I think. Yeah, 350. These plastic containers last me so long, and I can still reuse them, of course, afterwards. But I don't just go and buy a plastic spray, use it up, and then buy another plastic spray, and so on. So I'm reducing waste at the same time, which is something I love to do. When we clean, we take up everything. We breathe it in. We have a skin contact, so we expose to it. Then we expose our animals and our children, or our pets, and our children, of course, that come into the same rooms after we've cleaned, or want to help. In my children's case, they all want to help all the time. We expose them to those chemicals, and as we saw in the last slide on Zoom, we have hormone disruptive chemicals there, endocrine disruptors that for both men and women, that attack our hormonal systems, our fertility, thyroid, and then of course in the end the brain. We have neurotoxins in our cleaning products. Anything that smells is basically, you can, if it's called fragrance, you can be pretty much sure that it's a neurotoxin. And then of course we have the carcinogens, which is all the lovely substances that cause cancer. Oy, hops, now I'm throwing around oils. Of course, they're not lovely, that was just irony. So lungs, skin, and in my Zoom, it says drain. And I mean that, I don't mean brain, but actually it's also, our brain is also, of course, under attack of all these toxins in our life. But here I mean drain because we are washing it all down our drain. And it's very important to understand that anything petroleum derived is it's the microplastics everyone's talking about. It's just already so small that we don't even notice that they're there anymore. But the fish notice, and the environment, the plants notice, and it comes back to us in our food in the end, which is very much not what we want. Let me see the time. It's 6:20. Okay, let's swap number 2. Cleaning spray, very, very important thing to have in your home. Very easy to make. In my recipe, which is, I'm not a recipe maker at all, so I go very rule of thumb. But in my mind, I always think, okay, 1 part soap or water or vinegar to 1 part to 6 parts. Once more, 1 part soap to 6 parts of water, and then 5 to 15 drops of essential oils. I'm trying to clean to close my bottle. It depends, of course, on how big your bottle is. That's how many drops of essential oils you will use. You can go after how much it smells when you clean, and if you need to clean something very dirty, then you want to add more oils. And if you want to clean something that you clean all the time, every day, you don't need to add as much. I work a lot with the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate because it's super effective, and it's basically, it's a really, really mild soap, and it's basically edible. Funny thing, anyone watching and who has tried this, or watching afterwards, because Instagram, this is going on my IGTV. What else can you do than clean with the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate? My anecdote is that I've washed my hair with it. I wash my produce with it also. For those of us that are not familiar with the practice of washing produce, anything that I juice or put in my smoothie, I use a soap on before I put it in there because it's raw. And then I use only very, very edible ingredients. Of course, you can work with bicarbonate there, but you can also take a drop of On Guard Cleaning Concentrate and a drop of lemon oil, for example, to get rid of whatever has collected on your food, so that you don't eat that, of course. Different topic. Excuse me. Oof. So recipe: amber spray bottle, cooled boiled water. Filtered is even better, because then in those countries that have fluoride in the water, you get rid of that and other toxins and microbes. Cleaner concentrate or castor soap and essential oils. That's how easy a cleaner spray, a surface spray is. Then we have a different surface spray or for glass and for windows and mirrors and any glass. And that's more vinegar based, because you don't want the soap to leave traces there. But I actually have noticed when I use castor soap, it's hemp and it's coconut and so on based. So it's very much fattier than if I use the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. That one works on glass too. So I've mentioned that in my little ebook here. But the white wine vinegar is the one that is mainly for glass surfaces. And you can add a little bit of bicarbonate into that if you want. And then, of course, here again, you have the 1 part vinegar, 6 parts water. Otherwise, it gets a bit intense also, and 5 to 15 drops of essential oils. And here, I mean, I could go and have a whole hour on which essential oils. But actually, I use any essential oil for cleaning, especially the ones that I have very little left of, that I know are on the verge of getting a bit older. I don't maybe want to eat them anymore, or the ones I don't like the smell of so much at the moment. And then the oregano, for example, I use when my children have thrown up. I go in hard. I take oregano, I take tea tree, and On Guard, and put them all in my sprays and go everywhere to get rid of the pathogenic traces of pulp. So there's once you have essential oils, then you get to know essential oils and you know what's in them. And for example, the citrus oils, you get the limonene, and that's a chemical substance from nature that pushes itself between two surfaces. So you get a little helper when things stick together. So there's grimy, sticky stuff on your stove, or there's maybe a sticker somewhere that you need to get rid of. Lemon, lime, wild orange, all those citrus oils will go in between there and help you remove the sticker easily. Swap number 4, we're running out of time, 3 minutes left. Whoops. Swap number 4 is the toilet. So this is my toilet spray. People from England will know the 5 roses. Actually, this one is from South Africa, Tola. This is my old 5 roses from South Africa box that I've once, I think I might have sent it to my mom from Cape Town. Anyhow, I make my own toilet cleaner, and that is a powder that looks like this. And it isn't a powder when you make it. It's a really fun process. You take bicarbonate, you take citric acid, and some On Guard cleaner concentrate or soap, liquid soap, and then you blend them, and it starts bubbling up, and it becomes this foamy stuff, and you let it do its thing, and then you start getting the air out by stirring it, and after a while it dries out and becomes this powder, and then you put it into a container. On the picture in the slides, I still have a glass jar, but nowadays I use a metal. Doesn't matter. Then you have it by the toilet, and you clean the toilet with it. When you're ready, when you're a real green cleaner, and Sabina, I think you are, then you have a wooden toilet brush. I know Kitsia is who's watching on Instagram. So a big step towards a more low-tox household is when you dare to swap your plastic toilet brush for a wooden one and make your own loo cleaner. Next level green. It is because I think that's where people are the most like, oh, I don't like this. Of course, you can use your everywhere clean surface spray, as I call it, everywhere in the slides here, because it can be used everywhere. You use that on top of the toilet, but then the powdered cleaner is actually for in the toilet, and it's a deep clean. You let it bubble up, and then you scrub, and then you of course let it wash it down the drain. And here again you have clean soap, you have bicarbonate of soda, of citric acid, and you have a couple of drops of essential oil with each use. This is what nature can take care of. Of course, many times whatever we put down the drain doesn't even go out in nature. Thank God it doesn't. But it goes into, the machinery of filtration. But even there, we don't want to add any more chemicals into that place of the world. It's pretty grime and pretty bad down there as it is. Swap number 5. I'm really sorry about this. It's really tickling my throat. I think I smelled here. Here I have some petitgrain, Siberian fir, and eucalyptus. It's very good for my throat, actually. That's also something. When you make your own cleaner, hello, Celine Hoover. Wow, I'm honored. I'm talking about green cleaning. This is Instagram again. Sorry, Zoom. When you make your own green cleaning products, of course, you still breathe in whatever you're making and whatever you're cleaning with. But with essential oils, doTERRA essential oils, must with 2 lines under it. Please don't mistake this for any essential oils. Most essential oils will still give you those bad side effects, but that any cleaner would give you. But doTERRA essential oils, 100% pure. They will actually only lift your health to a higher level. They only have positive side benefits when you clean with those. So breathing them in or getting exposed to them on your skin will actually, give you antioxidants, will relax you, will be positive for your mood, and so on. So it's and support your airways compared to any shop cleaner with the fragrance in there. That's actually, it can cause asthma and so on. So don't use those plastic derived ones. Use pure essential oils. And you might wonder which ones. I've actually taken all my favorite cleaning oils and taken them with me, but I won't have time to talk to you about them. But ask me in the comments or in a personal message later on what are my favorite essential oils to clean with, and I can run you down. Basically, it's like lemon, on guard, tea tree, oregano, and then there's loads of others that I switch it up with. Sink and oven creamy clean is my swap number 5, and that is again bicarbonate of soda. It's again a soap. Now I use the On Guard cleaner concentrate because that is a soap that works a lot better, especially in the kitchen. And you can use some citric acid in it, but I don't. I find it much more fun when it doesn't bubble up. And then I mix that together until it becomes a paste. And there's these pastes that you can buy. Of course, I call it creamy clean because I don't even know what they're called anymore because I haven't bought them for so long. But those pastes are very carcinogenic and very full of the stuff that I've talked about before. And not much more effective, or not more effective than when you make your own, because here we have again the bicarbonate of soda as an abrasive, the soap to take care of fats, and then we have the limonene from, for example, lemon oil or the On Guard, and with all its different oils in it, taking care of the bacteria or the microbes that would live on your sink, in your sink and in your oven, and of course the stove top I clean with that too. Okay, I just need to click away something here. So laundry powder and fabric softener. I promised, and even though we're going a little bit over time now, 5 minutes over time, please don't use fabric softener ever again. I don't know who still does that, but I think people don't know yet how, some people don't know yet how poisonous, how toxic fabric softener is. There's something about it that is just the grossest thing in the world, I find. They put chemicals in it that make it stick to your clothes, of course, because they're supposed to smell good forever after, even after 3, 4, 5 times. If I buy something secondhand, for example, and it's been used, fabric softener has been used on it, it takes me many natural rounds of laundry to get rid of it. It's so sticky. It's not only sticky on our fabrics, though, it's also sticky in our bodies. So if you have used it, excuse me. This is the most coffee video I've ever done. It also sticks in your body. So if you have used it in your life, you can be very sure that it's still in your body in miniature amounts, but there's many chemicals that are so toxic, especially in miniature amounts. And when we have too much of them, then the body realizes, oh, this is something bad, let's get rid of it. But when they are there in miniature amounts, they block our receptors, they meddle with all our systems. And especially this fabric softener, it's because it's so sticky. But how do we replace it? We use white wine vinegar, and we use the empty bottles of essential oils with just a couple of drops left in, put them into our vinegar container. I forgot to take mine with me. I actually use a container that I've used before, put in my empty bottles of essential oil in order to use the very last bits and pieces. And the citrus peel of the citrus fruit that I'm eating throughout my week, I pop in there too. Then the citrus fruit that are still full of essential oil, the peels that are still full of essential oil, they diffuse into the vinegar, and I use the last couple of drops of essential oil in there too. And then I pop that as usual into the fabric softener compartment. It's not as strong as chemical fabric softener, but it's worth it for you all over health. In my slideshow, there's a super simple washing powder recipe, equal amounts of washing soda and bicarb of soda, and then half as much. So if it's like 2 cups of washing powder and bicarb of soda, then it's they're together 4, then it's 2 cups of Himalayan pink salt. So very easy, but ask me for it or look into my highlights on Instagram. It's all there. And that I have used for a year almost. And we, you know, on everything, on white, on colorful, not on my woolly clothes. They get a runny soap instead, or a shampoo kind of, because think wool is hair. So I give them something else. Another hack, last one for now, is if you want your clothes to smell good when you put them on, then you can use, if you have a dryer, you can use woolly balls, you know, felted woolen balls, and pop essential oils on there and put them into the dryer with your clothes. Hello, Ellie, darling. Oh, so fun. You're here too. Your clothes will smell good for a little while. It's not the same as fabric softener that sticks, but you can, of course, once you have essential oils, you can always make a little spray bottle and add some, or just add some on your wrists, and use perfume instead of making your clothes smell good. Thank you, everyone. This was already it. You find me on Instagram, for those on Zoom that don't know that yet, but I think everyone who's here right now actually knows that. And if you don't have doTERRA oils yet, please ask the person that invited you to this to help you buy them. The person that invites you or send you the link or tag you in the Instagram, they're usually, when somebody tags you, they really want you to have exactly these oils. There's a difference in quality between doTERRA and all the other oils on the market. So please let them explain that to you. Don't even green clean with sort of pure oils. You know, you want the purest. It's not just for your own health to green clean with the purest, but it's actually very important when you go down the lane of how these oils have been produced. You don't want any, what would I call it? Any darkness in the production line. So when we use essential oils from doTERRA, we know that we do ourselves a service, but we also do the people that are producing these oils a service. I think I'm done now because it's overtime, and I'm going to just invite the people on Zoom to chat with me, or actually you can even on Instagram. If you have questions, write them here on Instagram, even later on the IGTV. And thank you, Tola. Tola is commenting on Zoom. Thank you for participating. I love that you were here. Oh, and I would love to participate in the womb room one of these days. I am very, very open to it. Thank you. That's an honor. Precis, exactly. Let's go clean, very green. And please, if you are on that level of green cleaning where you've made your own loo cleaner and have bought your wooden toilet brush, please take a picture, put it on Instagram and tag me, because I would love to inspire people to go all the way green, you know, not just the bamboo toothbrush, but actually all the brushes in your home can be bamboo, or whatever else renewable and compostable there is. So please tag me so that I can repost and all that stuff, you know, and be jolly and happy about it. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Zoom. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, technology that didn't mess up on me. And have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye. How to turn this off?